again to my channel. Today we study the gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is two types. Number one, oogenesis. Number two, spermatogenesis. Oogenesis in females. You can see after puberty, primary follicles get surrounded by more layers of granulosa cells and new theca to form secondary follicles. And these secondary follicles transform into tertiary follicles, which is characterized by fluid filled cavity. Means in tertiary follicle contains fluid filled cavity, which is called as antrum. The theca layer organized into two inner theca, into a inner theca interna and outer theca externa. Externa outer, internal, interna inner. During the growth of primary follicles into tertiary follicles during puberty, the primary oocyte restart its first meiotic division and complete within the tertiary follicles, resulting it produce two unequal size of cell division. Unequal means one is larger, which is called as secondary oocyte. This is the secondary oocyte, and this is the polar body. This is the first polar body. This is the secondary, because it take nutrition from this and become larger. The tertiary follicle having secondary oocyte further change to Graafian follicle, and secondary oocyte surrounded by the new membrane, that is zona pellucida. This is important membrane, zona pellucida. The secondary oocyte undergoes second meiotic division, continue up to metaphase stage. Right? Up to the metaphase stage, then it's suspended, means stop at the metaphase stage until the entry of sperm at the time of fertilization. At this stage, Graafian follicle release the secondary oocyte from the ovulation. You can say ovulation takes place at the secondary stage. On entry of sperm into the secondary oocyte stimulate to complete meiosis second. When sperm enter into the egg, then it completes secondary meiosis, second, and division again takes place unequal, that is one is ovum and another is a second polar body. This is a polar body. Here you can see detail gametogenesis and that is spermatogenesis and oogenesis. This is oogenesis, this is spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis in males. Right? Here is a males spermatogenesis, here is females. Right? So sperm mother cells undergo within the seminiferous tubules undergo spermatogenia, and these spermatogenia mitotically divide, right, produce cells that is called as primary spermatocyte. Within the primary spermatocyte there is a meiotic division takes place, or reductional division takes place. Here is a N and here is 2N, and then secondary spermatocytes are produced after completion of meiosis second, and then 4 cells are produced. These 4 cells are called as spermatids. After differentiation, these spermatids converted into sperm. Here similarly, I already told you, before birth this portion is completed, that is meiosis first up to dichonesis, prophase first stage, that it is completed and then suspended, and it remains suspended after the birth, during childhood, and after childhood at the puberty. Again meiosis first is completed, then first polar body is produced and secondary oocyte is produced. After that, at the time of fusion, secondary oocyte is converted into ovum and second polar body. Here there is a gamete structure of ovum and sperm. This is the sperm. You can see a large head and middle portion tail. Middle portion contain mitochondria, and head contain large nucleus. It is fulfilled by the nucleus. Nucleus contains genetic material, and before head there is acrosome is present, which help in the entry of sperm into the ovum by dissolving ovum ball. Mitochondria provide sufficient energy for the movement of sperm tail is also help in the movement of sperm. Here you can see this is the ovum. This is the ovum. Here the outer cells are present are cells of the corona radiata. These cells are corona radiata, and after that there is a perivetalian. There is a zona pellucida, green color. This is a zona pellucida, and then there is a space which is called as perivitelline space. Pink color. This is the perivitelline space, and then ovum, nucleus of ovum, and this is the overall complete developed ovum. Now we come to the menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle completed, also divided into three phases, that is follicular phase, ovulatory phase, and secretory phase, right? So this portion is associated with the pituitary gland, and this portion is associated with the ovary, and this portion is associated with the uterus. Means at the puberty, ovary secrete FSH and LH hormones. During the secretion of FSH, you can see the level of FSH slightly increase, then slightly go down, and LH slightly increase. As this FSH and LH act on the ovary, the secreted by pituitary gland, and act on the ovarian follicles. So these increase slightly and ultimately change into secondary oocyte. And at the action of LH, when the peak secretion of LH at the near about 13th to 14th day of this cycle, ovum is released, and after ovum release, the ovarian again change takes place. The corpus luteum secretes the progesterone, and follicles continue to secrete these estrogen. If the ovum after the ovulation, estrogen become down and progesterone increase slightly. This progesterone act on the endometrium wall of uterus, which prepare for the plantation, right? If the implantation does not takes place, then further process takes place, and that is menstruation, in which the endometrium wall disintegrated, and mucous membrane, including some bleeding and unfertilized egg, release out from the body. This whole cycle is completed near about 28 days, right? As I told you, there are three portions. Menstrual phase, first phase of menstrual cycle, menstrual flow occurs, that is near about 3 to 5 days. In this process, breaking down of endometrium lining and blood vessels, mucus and blood comes out through vagina. It occurs only when ovum is released, but no fertilization. When fertilization does not take place, no implantation. Lack of menstruation is maybe indication of pregnancy. The follicular phase, menstrual phase followed by the follicular phase. Primary follicles become Graafian follicles. Regeneration and proliferation of the uterine membrane. LH and FSH level increase gradually in follicles phases, right? Level of estrogen increase as its secretion from the growing follicles. As follicles are grow slightly, the estrogen is also increase. Level of estrogen also increase. It lasts near about 5 to 13th day, up to 13th day, between 5 to 13 day of menstrual cycle. Then ovulatory phase, FSH and LH attain peak level, and in this peak, that is near about 14th day, this is called as LH surge, which induce rupture of Graafian follicles and release of ovum from the ovary, that is called as ovulation. Ovulation takes place in this ovulatory phase. Now we come to the fertilization and implantation. As you know, this is the egg. One sperm is touch this perivitelline membrane, zona pellucida, and resulting in protect this membrane. During the coitus, semen is released by the penis in the vagina, called as insemination, and the motile of sperm swim rapidly, pass through the cervix, uterus, and finally reach to the junction of, that is, emploistemic junction. and the ovum released from the ovary also transported to implere-isthmic junction. Fertilization only takes place in this implere-isthmic junction. It only takes place, only fertilization takes place in implere-isthmic junctions. The process of fusion of sperm and ovum is called as fertilization. Acrosoma of sperm secrete enzyme help penetration into the ovum. Now, as you see in this diagram, the sperm are released here and they are transported here to and this region, and ovum are also transferred from here to this region. Here in this implere-isthmic junction, there is a fertilization takes place. In this region, fertilization takes place. Right? Once sperm come in contact with the zona pellucida ovum and induce the change in the membrane that block the entry of additional sperm, that ensure monospermic and prevent polyspermy. That means only one sperm can enter. After that, membrane is changed and is totally restricted to the other entry of other sperm. Only one sperm fertilized with the one ovum. Entry of sperm into the ovum induce the ovum to complete second meiotic division. As enter, it completes second meiotic division. After meiosis second, it is also unequal division, as I already told you, that is resulting production of large ovum otid and one small secondary polar body. The haploid nucleus of sperm fused with the haploid nucleus of egg and resulting developed into zygote, that is the diploid zygote. That's all today fertilization. Thank you very much for watching videos.